Hey guys, Inkichis here. Today we'll be discussing on the topic of water, H2O. What is water? It is made of the chemical elements of hydrogen and oxygen. Can exist in three main forms such as solid, ice, liquid, water, and gas. It is known as a odorless, colorless liquid, right? So this is water, and we'll also be discussing about dehydration later on. So what exactly is dehydration? This is when it is we lose, or should I say use, more water than we consume. We can lose water when it is we sweat, we perspire, even when it is we have a diarrhea or vomiting in excess amount, we lose water content in our body. So this is when it is we lose water more than we use. Can lead to dehydration. And what are some symptoms, or how can we pinpoint dehydration? We can pinpoint dehydration when it is we observe dry skin in patients. We also bulging in the eyes or dark circle around the eyes. And we could also pinpoint the sign of dehydration when it is a patient could have a symptoms of dry mouth, or even with urine output, their urine seems to be concentrated, which is a dark yellow color, and what else? Dizziness in some severe cases, confusion, some mental disturbance, confusion, some real severe cases, coma, and yeah, much more. And we also be discussing about where exactly water is stored. Water is stored, or should I say intracellularly. It is stored intracellularly, which are the liquids found within our cell, and 2/3 of the liquids are found within the cell, intracellular fluid. And what is also stored at the extracellular places, which are found outside of the cell, and 1/3 of our water content is contained outside of the cell. These are extracellular, in the extracellular matrix. So we want to move on to some facts about water. We know that about 60% of our body contains water, and it can even vary with age, your activity level, age as well. Yeah, it varies with those. And we want to also discuss how much percentage some parts of our body are made up of in terms of water. So we know that about 73% of our brain and our heart is made of water. About 83% of our lungs is made of water. We know that about 61% of our bones is made of water. About 64% of our skin contains water. 74% of our muscles and our kidneys is made of water. So these are just some basic facts about water. Now we're moving on to some benefits of drinking water itself. So we know that when we drink water, it helps in proper blood flow and whatsoever. Because there are studies when we look at our cell under a microscope, we see that when persons who have not drink water or who are dehydrated, they will see that their red blood cells are more clumped together, and there is slower more mobility of the red blood cells. However, when patients consume water, they find a faster mobility, a better mobility of water, and the cells, the red blood cells, will less clump together, right? So this is one of the benefits that our blood is made up of components. Our whole blood, just as red blood cells, we have white blood cells, we have the plasma whatsoever, and our plasma is made up of 55% of whole blood, and red blood cells together with other components are made up of 45%. However, our plasma, our whole blood, is made up of 51% water, right? So in terms of dehydration, when we don't consume enough water, this causes our blood to thicken in a way. Hence, there will be a slow flow of blood, right? Eventually, or potentially reduce or cause lower blood pressure because the blood has been thickened due to dehydration. Drinking water also prevents kidney stones. And how there are different ways kidney stones are formed. They are formed from uric acid, and from uric acid, which are from the waste products we digest and are formed from purines from digested waste products, right? And some ways in which kidney stones are formed are from, we mentioned uric acid, we mentioned they are formed from oxalate together with calcium. They are also formed when it is when a patient has concentrated urine. It leads to crystals forming eventually and can potentially get larger over time, right, if not diluted. Drinking water also aids in digestion, in which it prevents certain stomach, or should I say certain gastrointestinal defects and illnesses such as stomach ulcers. And drinking water also aids in chemical digestion. And chemical digestion is when it is we salivate and whatsoever, and the enzymes helps the breakdown of the food that we consume and whatsoever. So saliva is made up of certain electrolytes, enzymes, water, and whatsoever, right? So drinking water helps in digestion, chemical digestion, and also helps in the mucus formation as we digest our food. Water also aids in the regulation of our body temperature. So when it is we perspire, this helps so we try to contain heat. When it is we exercise and whatever, our body produces heat. However, we perspire to help in our temperature regulation to cool us down. It can also act as a detoxifying agent. It helps in the excretion of waste products through urine, through sweat, through defecation. So it acts as a means to help in waste products excretion. And most importantly, water gives you glowing skin and smooth skin. It helps in detoxifying of our skin as well, give us clearer skin. So water aids in urinary tract infections. And how does this occur? So water helps in flushing out the bacteria may be found in our urinary tract and also in our bladder. So it helps in the prevention of urinary tract infections as well. So that is also ideal for proper brain performance. So a study showing that those students who were dehydrated were they had less mental focus. And also there were a university study which states that those who were dehydrated and were driving was similar to those who were under the influence of alcohol. So they had that similar effect to them when they were dehydrated and driving. So to prevent accidents, let's drink water. Another study states that water helps in pain sensitivity. While dehydration can cause you to be more prone to feeling the sensation of pain and whatsoever, water also helps in memory much more. So when should we know when to drink water, or when should we consume water at a more deliberate or a more precise way? This can be determined according to the climate. If it's sunny, if it's hot outside, more water is encouraged, right? Also according to our activity levels. If we exercise a lot, if we move around a lot, we should drink water, right? So it's also according to if it is that you are ill whatsoever, if you experience fever, diarrhea, vomiting, we know that water is expelled or excreted through those forms, and hence we need to put it back in the water to aid in electrolyte balance. What are some tests we can use for dehydration? So let's start with blood tests. We can use blood tests to identify the amount of electrolytes found in the blood, whether it be sodium and potassium. We'll see how concentrated it is to define whether a patient is dehydrated or not. We can also use urine analysis, which is a popular one. We can also use the skin turgor test, and this can be carried out by simply pinching mainly the abdomen or the dorsal part of the hand, and as we let go, it's supposed to return to its normal position. However, this can vary according to a patient's age and collagen level. According to how much collagen found, especially in older adults, this might take just a bit longer because of the loss of collagen or lack of collagen found in their skin. So that should be there. You should bear that in mind. So patients who were dehydrated with this test, with the skin temperature test or the pinch test, it will take a very long time for the skin to get back to its original state. Another test you can use for dehydration will include another test. Let's see. Can any one of you guess what's the next test for dehydration? Please mention it in the comments below. I'm waiting. You got it? Okay, I will mention one more to you. Right? So another test we can use is urine output. Right? So when we measure a patient's urine output, it should be, well, normal urine output is about, so if a patient is dehydrated, they will have obviously less urine output, right? So we want to take that into consideration. Thank you for viewing this video on water, as to how important water is, the components of water, the percentage found in our body, the benefits of water, and the effects of lack of water, should I say dehydration, on our bodies when we don't consume enough water. Thanks for viewing. If you have any comments, any questions, anything you need me to explain a little further, please mention it in the comments below and I'll answer them for you. If you have any other benefits that I may have forgot, please mention it in the comments below as well. And other factors that can lead to dehydration or whatsoever, please feel free to leave it down in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.